In my last video, we replaced the oil pan on this car, and I talked about how a lot of people think I know nothing about cars. Well, I got that impression because that's what the comment section always seems to say, which is the know-all, end-all source of knowledge for the human race, so I just assumed that was accurate. Now, I got a bunch of comments on last video for some reason saying, don't let the haters get to you, don't let them bother you, and I have no problem with them. I mean, they can say whatever they want. I honestly think it's sort of funny. So just because I'm saying something about them does not mean that I am bothered by it. It just means I want to bring attention to the stupidity in the world so that maybe in the future there will be less stupidity. Proving you guys right, however, I did strip one of the holes for the oil pan, one of the bolt holes. But don't worry, I wasn't gonna mention anything because I didn't want to face the wrath of the YouTube comments, but I did fix it before I started this video. If by fix it you mean take a slightly bigger bolt and jam it in there and let it self-tap its own threads. But today we're back in here. I'm gonna do a couple of things to the car. We're gonna see if the oil pan actually functions and holds oil without dumping it all out the bottom. I'm also going to put on my sway bar end links because I built them a couple videos and they're just sitting on the bench. So I guess let's see what we get to. When I was under the car retapping the hole for the oil pan, I also noticed that 2 out of my 4 engine mount bolts was loose. Does that mean that my engine is gonna fall out when I'm driving? Could that be why I knocked a hole in my oil pan? Let me know down below. So here's the finished product. As you can see in there, there's now a sway bar end link. Ignore the nasty, whatever those things are called. I still need to do the bushings for the sway bar. They're still there, but they're not great. So I just haven't recoated them for now. So pretty much everything in the wheel well now is done, besides those bushings. And then the brakes are just, as I got them, just rebled. But I'm still pretty happy with where it is now. I'm probably just gonna slap some pads on it, do some rotors, and call it a day. So I've got everything done on this that I wanted to get done. I've got oil in the oil pan. I've got both of the end links on and everything tightened up and finished. So I'm gonna start it up, see if it leaks, but I'm actually gonna move my girlfriend's car out of the driveway so that I can back this thing outside, park it outside, bring in the Subaru so that I can change oil on the Subaru, because that is a little bit overdue. But starting it and moving it might help see if it leaks at all. Yeah, let's pull this thing off the jack stands. All right. Let's see what happens.
Hang on, that is the throb of a turbocharged flat 4 engine. A sound which all over the world heralds the imminent arrival of a moron.
And it did here too.
case you aren't counting, this is my second filling up the car with oil shot of the video. I know, impressive.
Nice.
So just like that, this big old piece of shit is back up and running. There's oil on my lens, and it's not leaking, so I am happy with that. I guess we'll see over the next few days whether or not it actually ends up leaking or not, but right now sitting, there's not a drop on the pan, so that is good. I'm happy with that. I now should be able to go over some bumps and speed bumps and stuff, scrape a little bit, and not worry about wearing through the pan right away. I can at least, you know, take it for drives, keep an eye on it. The pan before was just thin sheet metal. Now I've got that real thick, like 1/4 inch steel on there. So it would have to rub through all that before it would open up a hole in the pan again. Now remember, this is a temporary solution because this is a temporary engine. I plan on going to a different engine in the future. That's why I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time building a pan and putting all this effort into something that isn't going to be permanent. I'm also excited because I have my end links installed, so hopefully in the next few days I can get out and drive it. It's a little late right now, it's like 9:30, so I don't want to be out disturbing the piece because it's a little loud, and I think the people above are already a little bit annoyed. I saw them peeking out of their blinds, creeping on me when I was pulling the cars around. That's where I'm going to end the video off today. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave some comments down below, positive, negative, I don't give a shit. And subscribe for more. Thank you guys so much. Later.